you is, how much anxiety do you get? Do you get high anxiety or not? Do you get high depression or not? Do you use social activity to avoid dealing with issues? Do you shut down? Do you have a lot of rejection pain? Are you dominant and angry? And do you have bitterness and unforgiveness that needs to be dealt with? Newsflash, we all have bitterness and unforgiveness we need to deal with. It's life. And we have to learn how to deal with that. So the next step is understanding, how am I stuck, or how am I just been told you just need to pray longer, harder, with more faith, or some version of that. Okay. You go to talk to somebody and they're just like, you just aren't praying enough. So you try really, really hard to pray right, and then we're flipping back onto that Romans 7 all the time. So now we're like, now I'm not even a good Christian. It just keeps coming back. I keep praying, I keep trying. The speaker came in and talked all about how we have to live a forgiving lifestyle, and if you want to forgive, come to the altar and we'll pray for you, and you'll be freed from all your bitterness. Been in those meetings? And they pray for you, and you say, oh yes, Lord, I want to be forgiving, and then 2 days later, 2 hours later, 2 weeks later, it's back. And you're going, I don't understand. Why is it back? Well, what you do with this is you circle all of those that you've ever felt on the outside. You circle the ones on the pressure patterns that bother you. In other words, if somebody does it to you or to someone else, are you annoyed by it? Does it cause you to feel like you react inside, usually with anger and bitterness? And then, do you have abuse? Now, for every single one of those you circle, you want to find out, well, what do I do? How do I respond in my spiritual life when that's happening? Or when I think about that pain? So then you start drawing lines. Do I get bitter? Do I turn to other things like shopping and watching TV and video games? Do I go to drugs or smoking or something? So you just start drawing lines. And now if you flip to the next one, it'll look something like this when you're finished. Okay. Now what does that look like? A mess. Okay, and it is. But if you were to say, okay, it looks kind of like a web. What's in a web? Spider. What's the goal of the spider? Catch food, kill, steal, and destroy? Okay, so if this is your life web, and this is how you're stuck, who's your spider? Satan, sorry. Okay. Satan is your spider. What's his goal? Steal, kill, and destroy you. Now remember, if you're married, or you're relating to your mom, or you have an ex you have to deal with, take that one too. Now you're overlaying them. So, you got to disconnect all of that, don't you? So what we tend to do in the church is the enemy, the Bible tells us that he slings his arrows at us like the fiery darts, and they're like arrows, and they go into our heart, and then these hooks come out and they grab onto our heart. And then in the church we go, oh well, now that's ugly, let's use the Bible like. So what happens when we just cut it off but we don't dig the root out? It still hurts, but we have to look like a good Christian, don't we? So we start pretending a lot, don't we? Oh, praise the Lord, God bless you. I'm fine in Jesus, but really I want to stab you in the eye with a pencil, but I'm not going to tell you that. So we're walking around with our pain, pretending we're okay so that we'll fit into our church culture.